Good morning.
Morning again, Kempo.
Good morning,
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Campo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hippo.
Good morning.
Morning, Campo.
By the way, I love your house, Ella Marie and Naomi, and your porch. They got to walk through. It's so
me
sweet.
too. We love it too. I'll show you. That's nice.
Wow, it's like you're in the garden.
It's like
That's
a little
beautiful.
park.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're very fortunate. We feel very fortunate about that.
So where is it?
In Iowa.
Oh,
Iowa.
beautiful.
It'll get kind of warm on this porch in a few. But we're done, but it's just fine. Thank you.
Ah,
That's
it's
wonderful.
beautiful.
Yeah. Kempo's been to our backyard. Remember, Kempo?
Yeah.
Yes, my backyard. Oh yeah, I've been to your home.
Remember at Deer Park, we have so many deer.
Yes, I went to your home. The backyard is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The deer are still here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So many deers there.
Mm-hmm. Countless deer.
How many deers in United States?
Wow, millions. I bet.
Countless.
Who can give that answer?
That's a good question. That's
Me?
interesting.
Countless.
Countless. I think so. Okay, so we're almost ready. Yeah, ready, actually ready. Sorry. Someone, please, can you wake up everyone?
Yes.
Supplication, Tara, to protection us for teaching Dharma.
Lasso. Nashiwa me pichiyona yongji zen hamorona shu isan chen kan la te Don't you cần lý cha tơ so Rang chi cơ im bơ ma hi bơ sa nhung mô tân jer wai Ma khổ war chín bi sen chiến Yong ha mo cho chi cha tơ so Chi nhang ni chia la ma chi他年此个几场呢？真他年别离完了，永远的跟他灭下的手。都不到我人个谁，同你也共不么些吧，下瓦年别用完了，用真的。他灭下的所。 三让兄你们一起来，一世真被我瞧见。这大儿些将中巴那，特你没见他米下的手，养的个东拉你西家。见真知但真么一比，其实端拉梦吧，用根牵牵他面下的手。真正能看参念见，堂间的大爷没去，大东路面刚子用作上季节下的手。
Thank you, Sawan.
You're welcome. Thank you. Alhamdulillah.
So now we're going to do the opening prayer together. Oh, Mother Saint James, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save their way, establish them in the still answer path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Oh, Mother Saint James, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles to my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and save their way, establish them in the still answer path, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Dalai Dang War Zibe Dai, No War Zibe Ge. Tarba dang dam je je be bar de ju bar ze ba dam je je zo ze be ma nang ga da nyam be sem je dam je de wa dang de du ngar dang ra nyor de la na me ba yang da bar zo be zang jo ren bo je do bar za da zang zhe achieving enlightenment. I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the kind rule Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dharma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embrace the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of Janarasta and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. Meditating economically, free from attachment and aversion. So now we go to the short mandala. Skip the 7 lamp prayer. Short mandala, page 10a. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha feared, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fears. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer the altar, inner and sacred offerings. With my body, with and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rinam and Allah Bunzamang Samandra Savarana Samaya Ahom. Unequal refuge, ornament of the world, your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara, widow adopt. I bow at the feet of Father Jikin Songo. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessing. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize unlimited nature of my mind. Please turn the way of Dharma, of the two ways and their combination, according to disposition and likewise, the mental capacity of sentient beings. So now we go to Manjushri. Page 32, long press to Manjushri. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of the two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance in the prison of samsara, as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels, and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapasa Nade, 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 Om Arapasa Nade. Om Arapasa Nade, Om Wange Shorama, 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 Om Wange Shorama. Short press to Manjushri. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blaze, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, I prostrate before you and praise you, Manjushri. At the heart chakra is a sun disk on which stands the hum syllable, mum syllable, surrounded by the mantra circling clockwise. So actually, we don't have to go there, sorry. So I posted before you and press to Manjushri. So now, going into the stage of meditation teaching. Everyone ready? Okay, so now, wonderful. When you're listening teaching, you need enthusiasm, joy, happy, let go sleepy mind, wake up. Manjushri voice is a thunders. So we have to wake up through the ignorance, from the ignorance, I think. Okay, so now stage of meditation. We finish the introduction, so followed by three virtuosity, called three virtues: beginning virtue, middle virtue, end of the virtuous. Virtues means the dharma, beginning dharma, middle in the dharma, third end of the dharma. So we finish the first one, introduction, beginning dharma. So we are in the second section, main body of the text dharma. So main body text has 8 chapters. So today we are in the how to meditate on the development stage of skillful means. Is so we are in that section, that teaching. Which page we are?
104
104.
at the top, Kempo.
104. Okay, thank you, measure your best. 104, the top. I see. So we leave there at 104, right? And then we just main point, we finish the clear visualization, I think. So this followed by 3 aspects. You have to know the main important is a sadhana practice, yidam deity practice. All is followed by 3 excellences: beginning, middle, and end. So what means 3 excellences? First part is refuge and bodhicitta, first excellences. Second excellences is visualizations. The third excellences is dedication. So we finish the first excellences like refuge, bodhicitta, and actually we talk about a lot already, that section. So now we are in the second excellences, and the second excellence is called the 3 aspects. So 3 aspects. The first one is visualize clearly. Second one is we have to talk about the development, deity pride or confident. And the third is then understanding or recollection of purity. So that's all coming, that 3 is the main essence in the stage of the visualize the yidam deity. So now we are 104. After practice this way for some times and becoming adept in it, so when you visualize the yidam deity, then your practice is like become more stable, becoming like more used to that, become easy, like you are used to, like become you are into that practice, adopting it. So that is like we already talked, the shamatha meditation is very important for the visualize. Without the shamatha meditation, we cannot really visualize, clearly and stable visualize. It's not easy. So that's the reason we have to practice shamatha often and often. And also you like going to visualize the yidam deity maybe before that. So, we meditate shamatha, like maybe half hour or 20 minutes, 10 minutes, shamatha meditate, and then going into vipassana or practice yidam deity, visualize. So shamatha is really helpful to visualize. So long as you have a shamatha meditation, then your visualize yidam deity also become more stable. So also this visualize we have to use to and practice. If we don't practice, then not possible to becoming adept in it. So you practice often and often, then become used to that and become very easy. So long as you think about like Tara is like easily appear to your mind clearly. So then that helps like transform the impure, perceptions, remove the impure perceptions, also remove the our fixations and emotions too, so long as you visualize the Yidam deity. So Yidam deity visualize is called pure perception. And meditation, this main important, this Yidam deity generation stage is remove the impure perceptions. So remove impure perception has many different methods. So one is like we visualize clearly Yidam deity. So that is actually very powerful practice. You think about it, like always we have impure perceptions. Long as you have impure perceptions, like then you mind is attached to the object, fixation to the object, and also easily thoughts, emotion arise your mind. So your mind is always mundane and ordinary. Then it's always we create causes of samsara, causes of suffering. So this Yidam deity practice, like long as you visualize Yidam deity and see right away, their all impure perceptions transform to the Buddha's form. And then your low to your mind, like when you visualize the Yidam deity, you don't have like emotions at that time. Actually, no self there. Visualize the Yidam deity. Your mind is connected with the Yidam deity, Buddha. So you really right away there stop all the causes of samsara. So your impure thought is stop there. So when you visualize the Yidam deity, actually causes of samsara is stopping there, stop. Like paused. Kind of like we say, we sometimes you watch the movie, you can pause. So the watch the movie is like continue going, right? So that's a kind of like our mind is creating causes of samsara habituate like that, following that direction. Then you pause. So video is like movies you cannot play. Same like that. When you visualize the Yidam deity, right away they stop the impure perceptions. Right away they stop the causes of samsara. So then first we have to stop, visualize the Yidam deity, and then of course transform and recognize the Yidam deity, and our nature mind is inseparable. So become transforming, realize like our nature is Buddha. So visualize, and then that we have to practice often and often. That helps like becoming adept in it. The signs, our measures of gaining clarity and stability in the visualization will be as follows. So then what is the sign of our visualization is perfect. Every detail of the deity, down to the clear distinction between the whites of the eyeball and the pupils, appear in the sharp clarity. So clearly, Buddha's like eye also like very clearly come to your mind. So visualize is like not looking the tanka, not looking to the statue. So when visualize means you close eye and then this Buddha's form is appear to your mind. So the approach of our mind is then very clearly all the details, every detail of the deity. All the like different Buddha, this Yidam deity has a different kind of ornaments, form bodies. So which one you visualize, that is appear to your mind. So generally we practice like Chenrezig, Tara. So you think about the Chenrezig like four arms, he holding the wishful feeling giver, and his ornaments all is appear to your mind. So like that, clearly. Sharp and clarity. With clarity in awareness, not in a state of lethargy or dullness. So there is a clarity and emptiness. So then when we visualize Buddha with clarity and awareness, so this is the most important. So your mind is very clear, not to follow by doubt, fogginess, sleeping like that. Also, this Yidam Deity clear visualize is antidote to our sadness, unhappy feeling, fogginess. So you think about the go back to we already talked in the shamatha meditation. When you meditate the shamatha, your mind is dull, sleepy, no clear, mind is like kind of get sadness. Then what you have to do? You have to visualize the Yidam Deity clearly. So that's the reason when you visualize the Yidam Deity, you cannot have, unhappy feeling, sad, like also the not in a state of lethargy or dullness. So there is a clear and emptiness. So then this Yidam Deity is appear to clearly, your mind is visualized, but it's empty, emptiness, not really, physical, substantial body. It's empty, it's appear to your mind. So it's clearly there. And we have the crystal, this Buddhas, I don't have right now here with me. So Maryland created like crystal Buddha. So like that, that is exactly we have to visualize. Clear and vividly is appear there. That is empty is there. So, so Maryland holding this Buddha. So it's also, it's a direction. So, like sometimes like you in the sky is then you really appear to this Yidam form is clearly, but it's empty is clear. Why is it called empty? And you can see through. So transparent, but it is empty is the same is called rainbow light, rainbow. So used to like or ancient tradition, we always use examples rainbow. But now we have these technologies, so many things, Example, right now, I can see you clearly here, but you are actually empty. It's empty, I can see you there clearly. So like that, So you are all appear to me here clearly. I'm also appear to you, but actually what you're seeing is emptiness. Actually, I'm not there. I cannot be in your iPad and your phone and your computers. I cannot be there. I'm bigger than that, right? But I can appear to there, so you can appear to me. It's empty is clearly seeing there. So that is the example of the visualized Yidam Deity. There's a clear and emptiness. Unlike a lifeless inanimate phenomena, like a rainbow, the deity is actually a body right there, a wisdom body in vivid, impure presence. So then, unlike a leftless, inanimate phenomenon like a rainbow, so that is the same as a rainbow body, and clearly there, but that is empty is there. The deity is actually a body right there, a wisdom body in vivid means. When you think about this Yidam Deity, visualize, this Yidam Deity is always there because it's wisdom body. That's why Yidam Deity can be there. If not wisdom body, then when you visualize, Yidam Deity cannot be there. So if the Yidam Deity is a form body, solidly, you know, permanently exist, then long even you visualize the Yidam deity cannot be there. Yidam deity is like maybe stay in some another country, cannot come to another country because of boundaries, you know, borders. If the Yidam deity is the form body, so Yidam deity is a wisdom form body, means like long as you open your mind, visualize, connect with Yidam deity is always there. So Yidam deity is there or not, it's always depending up to us. Long as your mind is open, you know, have devotion, then visualize, Yidam deity is always there. Pema Sambhava, he mentioned, who has devotions? Pema Sambhava said, I always be there on with them. So long as you have devotion actually open our mind, really helps us, that's really helpful. Long as devotion arises, then you visualize, then you can connect with the Yidam deity. So connect with the Yidam deity, and then you meditate, practice, it's become different feeling. So that's, you know, helps, like, you know, our sadness feeling, fogginess, unhappy feeling, also removing, and also remove the karma too, obstacles too, removing obstacles too. So remove obstacle or not means like also depending on your practice. You know, your really practice is your heart, and correctly visualize through the devotion, the Yidam deity practice remove the obstacle. But then sometimes like we practice Yidam deity, but mind goes, you know, everywhere, so many thoughts, not really clearly visualize, only just chant prayers, and not clearly visualize, don't understanding the practice mean essence. Then that kind of practice, of course, is good, but not, we cannot say that that practice remove obstacles right away there. So it's always like individual level practice. So then the deity is actually a burden right there, a wisdom in vivid, in vivid limited or limpid, I think, presence. Presence always there. The deity body is not just a material reference or a conceptual image conjured up by the imagination, but rather it's actually really right there in front of you in a clear presence. So also, like you think, oh yeah, Yidam deity is in front of me, just thinking something like that, that's also not enough. So that's the reason the deity body is not just a mental reference or a conceptual image conjured up by, you know, by the imagination. So what we have to practice, visualize, not dropped 100%, you know, whatever actually, you know, the practitioners visualize visualize the Yidam deity, these practitioners, even they see the one picture of the Buddha, their mind is just 100%, you know, recognize that picture is Buddha, like kind of they have so strong devotion and not dropped. They respect, like kind of like even one picture of a Buddha's picture, you know, and like that. So then you see the statues or tangas, whatever, like pictures, the mind is just, the seeing that is like not dropped, like strong devotion, like they recognize the same as the Buddha, feeling is a connection right over there. So that kind of needed, you know, not dropped. Otherwise, you know, long as we have dropped, then that is obstacle for devotion arise. If no devotion arises, then it's no blessing, no connections. So practitioners, meditators, even one picture is also special already for them, very special for them. So I think I talked the last time, we talk about like, oh, this statue is very special, and some like practitioners use that statue like giving some prophesize, or the statue talk something, like the statue get blessing from these teachers or something like that. We have a special object in Tibetan monastery. Many monasteries has like that, but that is for the beginners, actually, more for beginners. And then practitioners, everything is special for them, no difference. Whatever the form body of the Buddha or Yadam deities, they're just special for them already, connection to that. So doesn't matter which kind of materials create a statue, long as the Buddha's image, and then they recognize it's Buddha is there. So that kind of they have connections. So that's connection we have to create, practice and visualize, meditate. Then, but rather it's actually really right there in front of you in clear presence. Or Buddha is always there, long as our opening our mind. Thus, these four aspects of clarity and vividness are the measures of becoming adept at clear visualization. So then you practice more often and often, visualize again and again. Your become measure of becoming adept clearly visualization comes clearly. So then your close eye, this Buddha is able to clearly your mind. That's the reason we need the pictures, tankas, like, the crystal, this kind of Buddha's image is really, really good to, use that and visualize, practice object. It helps clear visualization.
Can I ask a quick question here?
Yes.
What if we've seen so many different images of these Yidam deities, like let's say Achichoki Droma, we've seen so many different images and looked at it that when we try to visualize it, it creates confusion and we can't see every detail like the whites of the eyes and all these other details.
Okay. So you actually think about, like maybe 10 people. So the someone's telling the name is that person is like, you recognize the image is appear to you, right? If you know 20 people friendly, so then anyone's name is comes out, that person's like images appear to your mind. So if you don't know, then it's of course like someone telling you the name and also telling you all information, but not really appear to your mind. So that's the reason we just have to practice and used to that.
I think I understand, but like in terms of even Achichoki Droma, I've seen so many different pictures of her on the on the horse, on the different, this way, that way, with different colors, that I understand the main concepts of who she is when it's time for visualization. But sometimes I start thinking about, okay, well, like all these details, I try to visualize all these very important details, but they don't come to me, just the basics.
So that's a good, your good question. So we can talk after teaching or in the evening, like 7 o'clock.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very important. We can discuss on that more. So then at this point, we cannot lose our visualization by being moved by laziness or forgetfulness. In addition, our visualization, the clear, vivid presence of the deity does not become dim, flickering, or as if surrounded in a fog or mist. So that's always actually obstacle for the visualize clearly. So that's the reason we have to remove all these obstacles when you visualize the Yidam deity. Then we will not be disturbed even by the subtlest thought. So mind is like really focused clearly, you know, not let arise the thoughts. For we will have visualized the visualization, no matter what we are meditating on, whether it is the face, hands, or appearance of the deity. The deity is coming or residing, the emanating and the reabsorption of light rays and so forth. So then visualize, you know, step by step, or sometimes like visualize the Yidam deity is three places like Om, Ah, Hong, like ready is, and dissolve to us. Sometimes like Yidam deity, you know, all these retinues dissolve to the main Buddha. Main Buddha is dissolved to the us, you know, we are dissolving to the you know, letters or something like, you know, essences, syllable, and then syllable also dissolve. So like that, you have to visualize many different kind in the practice of Yidam deity. So your practice is become successful. Your practice is the visualization will be, you know, I mean the here, so clear and stable. So main important is like the science of a measure of gaining clarity and stability in the visualization. So right now we're talking about that. That means like really good practitioners, very high level practitioners. Long as you have this kind of practice, then you easy to complete Yidam deity. So now we are in the first, you know, step. We don't have that kind of exactly practice. If who has this practice, then that is called practitioner realizations. So there came, wherever there goes, actually, like see, all seeing is a Buddha, all hearing sound is a mantra, all thought is a Dharmakaya. So that kind of, who has practice, that is like high practitioners. So then that's the reason, this is the sign or measure of gaining clarity, means like already completion who has this practice. So now we are on the path, we create in this, you know, visualization practice. We're not ready in right now we don't have that practice everything. So we are on the path, we create in this practice. That's the reason we have to meditate first. No matter what we are meditating on, whether it is the face, hands, or appearance of the deity coming or residing, the emanating, and the resolution of light rays, and so forth, we will be able to switch back and forth between this at will. These are the four measures of gaining stability in the deity practice. So here is talking about just we shared, there's four measures of gaining stability in the deity practice. So that part is clear visualization, clearly visualization, visualize clearly stable. First, we have to practice. Last week I talked, you know, first we have to practice look to the Thanga image, you know, again and again, top to bottom, bottom to top, you know, like kind of crown, low, and one by one, all the ornaments, bodies, they all the way go to the lower body all the way up to crown, you know, you have to visualize it like that way. Then when you're ready to practice Yidam deity, when you're ready to practice means like you are into the practice. So then you have to visualize instantly. Same is like the shamatha vipassana meditation, you know. Vipassana shamatha, like engaging practice. Like first, before you really into, you have to engage. Then in the meditation, is like different. So think about it, vipassana also like first intellectual, then resting meditation. So same like that, clear visualization also first like intellectually, you have to use like intellectual or investigating like all these details, visualize. Then, you know, go into the practice. So we have to visualize instinctively, visualize, cannot follow by this, you know, like ornaments, colors, like eyeballs, thinking about each part of body, you cannot follow that. So just visualize instinctively, and then whatever appear to like your mind is appear to Tara or Chinreza, anyone, Buddha. So just live like that, you know, don't try to clearly, I wanted to clear visualize, then that's become is distracting your mind. And then you cannot really visualize clearly. So when you are in the practice, just visualize Tara, and then whatever appear to like your mind, just think, oh, it's Tara is there, and then chant prayers, practice. We have to follow like that way. Otherwise, when you practice Yidam Deity, you try to fix, like clearly visualize, then you get so much distracted, you cannot really practice. So that's the reason when you practice is instinctively visualize, called instinctively visualize. We cannot go through the details. Don't think about the hand and don't think about ornaments, you know, just visualize instinctively. Whatever appear to your mind, then just live like that. Don't try to fix. So otherwise it's become the distraction. Okay. So then after, when you finish the practice, like, or you, in the post meditation, then you log the picture, tanka, you know, close eye, log again. And in the practice, just much ever, you know, you can visualize appear to your mind, then don't fix anything. So that's we have to follow the practice. We are right now in the beginner level, you know, on the path. We have to create. So you practice that often and often, then one day, the Tara, so think about the green Tara is clearly appear to your mind. So think about the white Tara is clearly appear to your mind. So we created that, then, you know, like when you get feeling fear arise, fears, you say Tara, okay? Tara is able to your mind, visualize, and then just mind resting with that, visualize. So then your comes devotion, like the visualize Tara, fear happy, and your fear is naturally released. So we have to think about often and often Yidam Deity. So same is like kids like calling the mother's name, you know, when kids like get something difficult, they're always calling mother, you know. So when we get fears, unhappy, sadness, emotions, whatever these negative thoughts arise, just that time we have to calling this Yidam Deity, and then visualize, connect with the Yidam Deity, and we have to release all the fears, emotions. So that is the purpose of the practice Yidam Deity. That's the reason we have to habituate, used to that. Otherwise, we cannot, you know, visualize. So if not used to, then when you have a fear comes, then you just follow the feeling. You don't thinking about the Buddhas, Yidam deities. So also when you have fear arise, only that time you think the Buddha. Usually you don't think about the Buddha when you have happy and joys. So then that's also incorrect too. When you eat, so visualize the Buddha, okay, so like mentally offering. When you put a cloth, visualize the Buddha, mentally cloth offering to Buddha. So that's the practitioners does. Daily activity is all is you know, take to the daily activities, or is take to the path and the Dharma practice. So long as you get 1 cup of tea, just mentally chant like think about all this tea is offering to Buddha, and then you drink. So when you dive the cup before, just like put the key, and then before dive, like visualize all this diving and visualize Tara or something, Buddha, visualize, then dive. So we have to create like always like that, thinking about the Buddhas. Like long as you see the beautiful flowers, right away, okay, think about the Tara or Achichi Droma or any Yadam deities or offering to this. You can chant like short prayers too. Short prayer, then used to that is easy. Example like we have here, and Achi's sadhana usually, or we chant every day, it's a powerful lady of mate who guides the victor's teaching with your vow to protect excellent practitioners. Lay your own children, Achi children, and retinue. To you I pray, to you I offer. So that's usually when I remind, Achi or something, I see the like beautiful some object, I chant that prayers mentally. So then say, to you I offer. So that's like if you see the beautiful city or lake or ocean or mountain or any natural good things, like whatever you think is a good things, like just chant that prayers. I offer to you I pray, to you I offer, please grant my every wish. So then use that prayer, think about all the different Yadam deities, Buddhas. And we have to follow like that, just daily life, thinking about the Yadam deities practice. Okay, so otherwise, sometimes people usually don't think about the Yadam deities. So then when there's difficulty problems, then say, please do pray for me. And then you do something chant, but that time is like, you not easy to do that. You often you connect with this Yadam deity practice, then used to that is easy. Okay, so that's the clear visualization. Clear visualization is introduced to our impure perceptions. So visualize the form Buddha, and then all these impure perceptions are gone. So long as you don't have impure perceptions, then no fixation to that, no grasping to the object. So it's impure, it's directly transformed to the Buddha's body. So now next one is the second of the 3 necessary elements for deity development is stable deity pride. So this is for more practitioners, more practitioners. When we talk this teaching, Vajrayana followed by outer level, inner level, secret levels. So this is like more inner secret level. Deity pride is. So visualize clearly is outer level. See, visualize the Buddha is outside, it's outer level clearly. That is outer level practice. If without outer level practice, then not possible to practice inner and secret level. So first, we always follow by outer level practice because due to our ability and our practice level. So the reason is we are always think we are ordinary being. So Buddha is already enlightened form body, wisdom body. So long distinction, so long distinction, yeah, it's not too close. Like we fear it's like different. We are ordinary, Buddha is enlightened body, wisdom body. So that's the reason first we have to practice outer level, then go into the inner level, then go into the secret level. So this visualize clearly is ultra level. Visualize Yidam deities. Then you visualize Yidam deity clearly, slowly you recognize, take time, so follow the teachings, instructions, and we meditate, practice. Then what we recognize is visualize the Yidam deity, and our mind is inseparable, is connections there. So we recognize that, recognize, and then we have to practice this deity development is a stable deity pride. So we have to practice this one. Stable deity pride is taught as an antidote to our ego clinging and the sense of self. So this deity stable pride practice is antidote to our negative ego, negative emotions. So actually this also like kind of ego, like with stable deity pride is like pride. I am the Yidam deity. We have pride, right? But then also like say I am. So like we have a pride. All human beings, everyone like all has pride. So self-ego pride is called negative pride. And then this deity pride is called positive pride. So positive pride is antidote to negative pride. So that is also something very special method for Vajrayana. Vajrayana method is like heart antidote heart, cord antidote cord. So emotion antidote emotion, like like kind of like that way, So that's the reason this is called special method. It's negative egos antidote positive ego. So negative ego is like causes of samsara. See, ego clinging in the sense of self. Self is like causes of samsara, causes of all suffering. That's the reason we have grasping at the self and grasping at the existence of objective reality. See, we have two things. Like grasping at the self and grasping at the existing of objective reality. So kind of like self-grasping and grasping to the object. So that's the reason like shamatha meditation, selflessness of a person, selflessness of phenomena meditation. That is a shamatha method. How to reduce self-clinging and also self to the phenomena is like, remove that or transform that. That's the reason selflessness of a person meditation, selflessness of phenomena meditation. Here is use the Yidam deity practice, a different method, actually different ways remove the self-clinging. One is using the antidote, looking to where is the self. See, the Vipassana meditation, intellectual part, we talk about selflessness of a person, selflessness of phenomena. So then using the intellectual, investigating where is I, where is the self, realize that self is not exist. So then we investigating all these phenomena. Use logic intellectually, you recognize this all object is not really exist, permanently, inherently not exist. You realize the selflessness of a phenomena. So this one is a different method, but goal is the same. So this practice is Vajrayana is using special different method. That's the reason here we have grasping at the self and grasping at the existing of objective reality. The first one, self-clinging, refer to this sense of me and I. So that's we already talked a lot in the Vipassana meditation, intellectual section. that we have had the same time without the beginning. So that's I and me is like not just come only this life. It's come from our beginningless time. Long as our mind is deluded, starting that, and then so we have a me and I. So that is called self-clinging. That we have had the same time without the beginning, between clear and vivid visualization and deity pride. The latter is actually more important. So here is, this deity pride is actually directly antidote to the, here is the self-clinging, the first one of self-clinging. Self-clinging is I and my. So you think about I am Yidam deity, then I and my cannot be there. So you are become Yidam deity, then how can this ordinary self and ordinary I is there? They cannot be together. So one is negative, you see, that's why it's directly removing that self and I is removed. Use this Yidam deity's deity pride. So transform, like in ordinary person is transformed to the Buddha's body. So Vajrayana teachings, what the main purpose, the essence says, we have to transform ordinary is transformed to the Buddha, So I and the self is ordinary person, ordinary. And then you visualize the Yidam deity, this ordinary I and the self is just transformed to the Buddha, removed that directly. So that's the reason this deity pride practice is more powerful than visualize clearly Yidam deity. Clearly visualize the Yidam deity, still you are ordinary, Just you visualize the Yidam deity clearly in front of you. Your mind is connected with that, but still you are ordinary person. So practice this deity pride, you are no more ordinary person. You are right with the Buddha. So long as you are Buddha, then no these emotions be there. Buddha didn't have emotions, no emotions be there. Okay? The where is emotion come from? Emotions come from self-grasping. Long as you are self-confident, you are visualize Buddha, no self there, then no emotions there. No self, no emotions, then no any obstacles come into the practitioner person. Because the person is already Buddha, then any obstacles cannot distract for that person. So this has a long story, these practitioners. When they visualize their body is Buddha, and then these obstacles cannot penetrate to them, And they subdued this, subdued other like obstacle beings too. And then also this practitioners also has like sometimes they jealous each other a little bit, The practitioners fighting practitioners too. Practitioners nice too for sometimes like this yogis very nice to ordinary people, but they're each other sometimes fighting. And sometimes this Vajra Yogini practitioners and also Yamintaka practitioners, they use their own practitioners. They show that each person's like power, who has more confident, which practice is more powerful. They try to subdue each other. There are lots of stories in Tibetan tradition, many stories like that. Okay, so the reason is these practitioners, their teaching is become more successful. That use that, try to that. So they're doing that. And this practitioner is actually nice to ordinary people. I recognize, like historically, their between is always like using this kind of like, you know, powers each other, and the same thing, you know, obstacles each other, you know, then who has more power practitioners that subdued others, same thing obstacles subdued, you know, that kind of lots stories. So Marpa Lotsa also, he has one, his friend went to together India. They translate these teachings, come back to in Tibet. On the way, other one is not happy Marpa Lotsa because Marpa Lotsa's translations, lettering all these texts he put in the water. He think I go back to Tibet. You know, he going to more success for me. So if I don't destroy that, he did that. Then Marpa Lotsa, he was in Tibet. So another high realizer practitioners use like black magic or something. So Marpa Lotsa also recognized that he also went into the retreat practicing. You know, then Marpa Lotsa told his son, we have a strong obscurations, so you cannot go outside. He asked him to stay in the retreat. So then some reasons Marpa Lotsa didn't recognize his son is going outside. So he went to the horse riding. So then he get hurt, he died, you know, Marpa Lotsa's son. So that kind, you know, like, so they're using these practitioners. Some, these higher level practitioners, they has realized emptiness. Then they do like that kind, but they can liberate this person too. Who died, they're using something, they can liberate them. So that is the realizer is, you know, beyond our perceptions. So we don't talk that because we don't understand what that does. So we follow our ability, you know, visualize clearly is first step, most important. Then second section is this visualize deity pride. Deity pride is more powerful, but it's harder than visualize clearly. So visualize clearly is not that hard. As long as you have devotion, use the image and look that again and again, you close eye, then that just use that practice and visualize the deity in front of us. We can do that. So just you think about the sub-chant, when we chant the supplication Tara, visualize the Tara in front of us, then use these prayers, supplication to Tara, thinking about the Tara is be in the front with us. So we supplication to Tara. Then go into this deity pride. So actually supplication to Tara essence is this one, deity pride. So we have to recognize we also same is the visualize the deity and our nature is inseparable. So then that meditation, that practice remove the ordinary ego. So ordinary, you know, perception all is removed. That time is we are not ordinary person. We are Buddha. So long as you can stay deity pride of 5 minutes, 5 minutes you can be Buddha. It's you really into the deity pride, visualize, you know, 5 minutes. Within that 5 minutes, you cannot have any obstacles. Not possible to obstacle anything. Obstacle arise to in your mind, your body, and your speech. So also you remove obstacles. You remove your karma too. So then, of course, this deity pride practice is like we cannot always stay in that confidently. We cannot stay. Like sometimes you can go in, but then it's of course like go back to ordinary. If you are get into the always, then you are 100% always Buddha. You know, but we right now is on the way. We just practice, but we don't have 100% we can correctly. We can do that, but we can maybe 5%. Then you practice more, and you can go up to 10% level. So here is talking about all this teaching is sharing is 100%. So we have to starting from zero. You know, it's not also zero, like other negativity, like maybe 100 negativities all the way go down to zero, then positive 0 to it started, you know, another like go up to 100. It's not easy. So even we have a 5%, 10%, it's really good, you know, then your mind is like connection to that practice. Then you recognize, oh, this practice is powerful. So now here is teaching, is sharing is like 100%. So you don't have to think about, oh, I cannot do that. You know, we can do. Why we can do? Because we have a nature of a Buddha. We have these special teachings. We have these connections. So we are going back to absolute truth and reality, nature. So we are going to waking up, you know, we can. So we just get rid of our delusion. That's it. You know, main essence is right. So why we cannot? Delusion is temporary. Delusion is no reality. So that's why we can. So we need courage first, right? That's the reason also when we practice Yidam Deity, courage and Deity pride. So here, then that we sense of the first one, self-clinging, refer to this sense of me and I that we have been since time without the beginning, between clear and vivid visualization and deity pride. The latter is actually more important. This deity pride is more important. If we do not have full conviction that we are the deity, even if the visualization is clear and vivid, we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind. See, if we visualize clearly Yidam Deity, that's also powerful too. This is right now is comparing. Actually, not talking about the visualize clearly Yidam Deity is not important. Very important for us, especially beginners, which is important. Visualize deity clearly is more important than deity pride for beginners. So without visualize clearly Yidam Deity, not possible to meditate this, you know, section in the deity pride. It's not possible. But then you have to visualize clearly Yidam Deity. That is enough or not? So we say that is not enough. So you can go more deeper than that. What is we can do, which is we can do more deeper than that, is deity pride. We can visualize deity pride. It's a stable deity pride. Why we have to do that? The reason is, see, if we do not have full conviction that we are the deity, if we don't think we are deity, we don't recognize that deity, even if we visualize it clearly and vivid, we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind. Still we are ordinary. Still we are ordinary. So we have to transform, ordinary is transformed to the Buddha. And Vajrayana teaching say, without this practice, Sutra tradition, not possible to become Buddha. That's what Vajrayana practitioners said. But Sutra practitioners don't accept that, okay? So you have to just know, like, you have to know this, what they're talking about. We don't know, we don't have to realize, so we don't know. But Vajrayana practitioners says, without Vajrayana practice, Sutra, follow the Sutra, not possible to become Buddha. Why is it not possible to become Buddha? Because ordinary, this, you know, perception is have to transform. The Sutra never transform ordinary perception is. So Sutra tradition is get rid of the ordinary perceptions that don't transform. So now, Vajrayana practitioners say we have to transform. So if if we do not have a full conviction that we are the deity, even if the visualization is clearly, we will remain stuck in our mundane state of mind, means always stuck in the mundane state. So that's the reason we have to visualize the Yidam deity. Yidam deity visualize, purify, transform this mundane state of mind, recognize we are Buddha. Buddha is not any auto level other side, outside, somewhere else. So having a clear visualization alone is thus pointless. See, only visualize the Yidam deity, you don't practice stable deity pride, then that visualization alone is this pointless, means like not possible to become Buddha. But of course, it's good to remove some obstacles, emotions, connect with Yidam deities. They all has good qualities, but this is a pointless, means like only that practice cannot become Buddha. So you have to understand that what here is talking about. Pointless means. It also so important to not think of the deity we are meditating on just a focal object in our mind. So if also here is also important to not think of the deity, means like sometimes we visualize, meditate, meditate vipassana shamatha meditation. So you can use the special object, Buddha's image, tankas, your mind, look to that, mind resting that. That's also purify fogginess, dullness. Sometimes good to do that. But that practice also not enough, means like if you go more deeper level. So reason is like not think of the deity we are meditating on just a focal object in our minds. Sometimes we visualize it like that, because our minds is so much thoughts, so much emotions. So you use this Buddha's images focal object. So that helps. So you see the Buddha's image, you can stop your thoughts, emotions. You can stop your foggy, sadness feeling also too. But that practice is comparing to this stable deity pride, then not that strong. We should have the sense of inseparability between the deity appearing and the one who is meditating on the deity. So now, what means like stable deity pride? So this is the essence. What means deity pride means. So we should have the sense of inseparability between the deity, like Yidam deity, and us. Recognize inseparability. Hard to say that, inseparability between the deity and the appearing and the one who is meditating. Who meditated? We meditating, right? On the deity. So you meditate Tara, you have to recognize Tara and our who is meditated, we meditate us, is inseparability. It's same. We have to recognize the same nature, same essence. So then this section, many meditators confused, Vajrayana meditators, so many people confused here. What happened then? They visualize Yidam deity is like, okay, Tara, visualize. Then they think about the Tara's ornaments, and then they think about the colors. Then they think about this like hang mudras, everything. then visualize that in the body. So that is the incorrect. So you visualize the Chinreza, you visualize, oh yeah, this wish fulfilling giver and the forearms and the ornaments. Just think about that in your body. That practice meditation is not strong. That is like not, that meditation is actually nothing. So I told like many times, like if the way said that, you know, is the draw, you put the tiger skin, the put in the draw, so looks like tiger. You see, yeah, it's a tiger, but actually inside is no tiger. It's a draw. You know. So exactly like that. Okay, so same is like companies, like you wear some clothes, you put the very expensive brand name, the label is you put in your clothes. Actually, your clothes is not that one. You know, like think about the cars, you just cars, just regular car, you like get like the most expensive car brand name label is put into your car. So your car is become like that. Not possible, right? Your car is your car. Just you put only the label is put there. So like that, you know, like you put label is in your cloth, but your cloth is just not that cloth, rare one. It's fake. That is called fake. So many fake things like we create, make. So same like that, your visualization is fake, not real. Practice is fake. Many people has confused that. Visualize Varjakalaya, then they think about that, all these ornaments. Author level thinking about that, visualize that. If you follow that, then your practice is no strong, no real. It's kind of fake. So here, what we says here, think about this one. And here, so we should have the sense of inseparability between the deity appearing and the one who is meditating on the deity. How can you inseparability that Yadam deity in the you? Using connect with the mind. That Yadam deity appear to your mind. You know that Yadam deity is appear to your mind. Your mind is appear to Yadam deity. Then that Yadam deity is your mind is appear to Yadam deity. Actually inseparability. No difference. So now you recognize Yadam deity is nature mind, your mind is inseparability. It's the same nature, same essence. Recognize that, then stay into the nature state. So that time, then you are really Yadam deity. You are really into the inner level connection. You are not fake. You meditate, you are Tara, you are Tara. You are meditating Chinrezek, you are Chinrezek. That time you are not fake. If you bring only auto level, visualize, it's fake, not real. So many Vajrayana right now meditators, practitioners talk about this deity price, visualize our service Yadam deity, only thinking about auto level appearances. Okay, so that's I can share more in the also part of the next one is coming, the deities, you know, the symbolize the recollection of purity section. And so long as you visualize this deity pride, you have to recognize your mind nature is Buddha. So this is using different methods. First, you have to follow by auto level practice, visualize Buddha in front of you. So you visualize the mind resting, auto level, practice. Then slowly you recognize that, visualize that Yidam deity Buddha, and look to your mind. Then think about this Buddha is connections and mind connections. Then look into your mind, and this Buddha is inseparable, same nature, same essence. So you realize that, then don't think about ornaments. Just look into your mind. So I'm in Tara and Buddha, then you stay in the natural mind. It's Mahamudra meditation. Then you 100% is absolutely Buddha. So that's confidence we need. So that's pride we need. We have to recognize we are Buddha, not dropped. And that confident, that we didn't create something, that is reality, actually, nature. And right now, so this deity is actually introducing we are same is them. This or visualize the Yidam deities introduce us. We are same is them. We are not separable than Buddhas. We are also Buddha. So visualize the Yidam deity means recognize that. Ultra level visualize the Yidam deity helps recognize inner Yidam deity. Who is inner Yidam deity? Realize our mind is Yidam deity, then that is inner Yidam deity. So you visualize the Yidam deity is ultra level Yidam deity. Ultra level Yidam deity help us recognize inner Yidam deity. So that's the reason first step is we have to visualize ultra level Buddhas. It's, without that you don't recognize you are same is the ultra level Buddha. So then, in this way, we are training ourselves to be inseparable with this sense of I am the deity. And this deity pride insulate us from any obstacles. So then, see, in this way, we are training ourselves, so we have to practice, meditate. We have to use to that to be inseparable with this sense of I am the deity. And this deity pride insulates us from any obstacles, means then no any obstacles can come into us. No any obstacles penetrated us. Long as you have that level practice, recognize that. So now, this who has this deity, stable deity pride practice, then that person can help many other people. So we do pray for others, but we actually wishing, we wishing, we have good intention, wishing, doing prayers for others. And who has this practice? Yidam deity, deity pride. Then they recognize that their own is like Yidam deity. They came into the Yidam deity, and then they do ritual, the practice for others. Big benefit for other beings. Very strong benefit for other beings. So our practice, of course, like our ability, whatever our ability, that is most important. Our ability, we pray for others, long as we have good intention, then we do pray for others. That's aspiration, good intention is very powerful. So that's also like why we are stuck in samsara. One reason is always thinking about I and the self. We didn't arise bodhicitta, our mind, beginningless time until now. That's why we stuck in samsara. So good intention doing prayers for also antidote to ourself and the emotions, create like positive karma and create accumulation merit and purify karma too. So that's our practice also correct, but comparing to who has this deity pride practice, that person prayer, ritual things, very powerful, very powerful. So then that ritual is rare ritual. So this time in the Buddhist country, many places they're doing lots of rituals, but it's all is auto. So just good intention is great, doing things, but actually practitioner who doing things without this is not the higher level essence there. So ritual things is like benefit for others, like more high realized practitioners. Then they do the rituals. Their rituals are really powerful. You can feel, and the feelings also. It's powerful. And of course, we can do rituals. We don't have that level. That's the reason we just, our ability doing practice ritual things, just not the same as the practitioners does. The practitioners means like who has this stable deity pride, then that does ritual things. It's really powerful. There, do prayers, also remove others' obstacles and benefit others. And you are in the practice together, you can feel connections, powers. It's different. But you can have fear that you have good feelings at that time. But then, of course, like Buddhists say, the other realizations cannot move to other person. The not same is like USB. So like, you know, this cannot transform. So you can feel that you are feel good with them that time, but then you go back to your own place, you are become same as ordinary. You know that power is not always keep you. So that reason we have to put effort ourselves, not rely on somebody. You know. So you can see that you go to practitioners like doing ritual things, you're happy, joy, say, oh yeah, it's great. You can get great, feels good. But then go back to you have become your ordinary. So our realizations cannot transform to you. That's the reason we have to put our own effort and practice. So that also helps sometimes like your feelings. That helps you want to do practice. That feelings, when you get that kind of feelings, practitioners that's give you courage to do. You know, give you more effort. But actually, we have to effort. Someone cannot liberate us. We have to liberate ourselves. So the reason is we create our own karma. So now, these special teachings, listening and contemplate, meditate. So we follow that, then we have become Buddha. We can give energy for others. That kind of feelings we can give it to others. But still we cannot liberate it, then we can give them, put effort, others to do, okay? So if we can liberate others, then so many people don't have to do anything, right? So then these practitioners liberate all others. That is become contradict to the Buddhist logic and the Buddha's path. Buddha said, I cannot liberate you. I can show you the path. So liberate is up to you. He says, like, it's follow me and the path so you can liberate. I cannot liberate you. So now here is using special method, liberation. So many different methods we have. So we have to recognize we are in the stuck samsara. We need all these different methods because we have so much going on every day, every time. So many conditions we have, samsara conditions. So that's the reason we need to apply this different method. You know, one method not enough. So we have to use all these different methods. We have to learn and use this method. So now, I am the deity, and this. So yeah, please keep the question is a little bit after finish, okay? And this deity pride isolates us from any obstacles. In addition, it has the benefit of destroying ordinary ego clinging. So long as you think I am the Yidam deity, you have this positive ego, positive stability, deity pride, then ego clinging is gone. Selfish is gone. I and my ordinary perception is gone. So ordinary or is destroyed. That is powerful, powerful practice. So think about it. We have wash the cloth or wash the dirty things, something. So many different kind of using. This is a powerful wash. Powerful wash, okay? So very powerful practice, destroying ego clinging. The washing our mind, So we have so much dust in our mind. And we have to remove that. So this is one of the powerful wash. So you can use so many different kind of wash, different kind of soaps. This is a powerful wash here. So then if, and the deity pride, destroy ordinary ego clinging. In fact, know that your own mind has always been the nature of the deity. So this meditation is reality, it's truth, not the fact. Why is reality? Why is truth? Because reason is, in fact, know that your own mind has always been the nature of the deity. Your mind is always Buddha. Your mind is always Yidam deity. So that's why it's like you're just going back to your reality, not going to create something. Going back to own nature. The nature is being with us, always with us. We didn't recognize the reason is these obstacles, emotions. So no, we're not destroying our nature, we're destroying these obstacles. The destroy obstacles realize our nature. So if we don't have this nature, then the practice is it's wrong, it's fake, not right. But our practice is right, it's reality. The reason is our mind nature is always being Buddha, always Yidam deity. So our mind is not ordinary. Nature is not ordinary. Nature is always Buddha. So that's the reason. In fact, know that your own mind has always been the nature of the deity. If you don't have a Yidam deity nature, then this practice is useless. Why we have to practice? Because we have this nature. That's why we practice. If you wash something, everything is fake, then you cannot wash. Or it's like when you wash, use powerful washing, or it's gone. Nothing live there. Or it's gone. No any essence. Like so when you're going to use wash, something you're going to clean up. So you use a different method of washing, but you know something you're going to clean up. So we're going to clean up our nature, Buddha nature. That's why we practice. If you don't have any object clean up, then why are you going to wash? So we don't wash garbage things. Like you garbage take out, wash, all is garbage, no any essence there, nothing is there. Then you don't have to wash, you just throw everything, you know. We have to wash our cups because it's, you know, we use and dirty and we wash. We know this is clean, come back is clean. So something like, think about like you know, like you have special object, you lost that, you recognize that is went into under the garbage or ground somewhere. You pick up that, you have to clean, you know, you use the powerful wash, clean up that. Same thing, you know, we have this nature, we have a Buddha nature, we have to first recognize that we have a Buddha nature, then we practice. Otherwise, why we have to practice? We don't need to practice if we don't have a Buddha nature. So it's become useless. That is the essence of the Buddha's teaching, but mostly Buddhist countries they don't recognize. They always think we are ordinary. Buddha is something immeasurable, compassion, love, wisdom in the somewhere there. So big distinctions. They don't think about we have a nature. So why we practice Yidam Deity? Because the reason is we have this nature. And that's the reason we practice. In fact, the know that your own mind is always being the nature of the deity. That is what most important. You realize that your mind is Buddha, then your body is the mandala. So your body is a mandala. Your mind is Buddha, then your body is like Buddha's body. Your speech has always been in the nature of a mantra. Then what you realize your mind is Buddha, you meditate, stable deity pride, your mind, then your body is Buddha, your whatever you say, it's become Buddha's mantra. See, here is not talking about, you know, auto-onomy, visualize Buddha. We have to recognize inner essence is Buddha. We have to recognize our mind is Buddha. Then you have really deity pride, confident. Otherwise, like only you just think about ornaments, it's fake, not real. So here, see, think about and mandala, you know, your body is the mandala. Mandala means so many meanings, so many different meanings. So you have to follow by in the different situations, mandala means. When you visualize the Yidam deity, yourself, then that time your body is mandala. Okay? Sometimes like you visualize the whole this universe is pure line, and then you visualize your palace, your home is Yidam deity's palace, is your body is Buddha, is that time is whole thing is mandala. Everything is mandala, not only the part of the body. Mandala means everything. Mandala means like, so think about the Buddha Amitabha's like pure line tanka. Buddha Amitabha, right side Chinreze, left side Vajrapane, then so many Bodhisattvas surrounded, and also pure lane. The place is a pure lane, and then also Buddha Amitabha is in the palace, you know, his palace. This whole thing is called mandala. Means whole thing is a mandala, not picking up one thing there. Everything is called mandala. So that's the reason mandala means always don't think about to pick up one. So when you're ready to do mandala offering, So only the round one, you know, we use the hand, and you can see here is the mandala, and that is the front of the Buddha is. That is usually people think mandala is that one. So it's dependent, you know. Mandala means name is followed. Yeah. So not always that one. Mandala means mandala is like dependent. Sometimes the mandala means like people create the same mandala art, same mandala. So that's also called mandala. Then sometimes you see the tanka and the paint tanka, they're also called mandala. So many different mandala means. Mandala is just, or is dependent. And right now here is a mandala, is like when long as you realize your mind is Buddha, then you are stay in the nature, deity pride, then that time your body is your mandala. It is not mandala. Your speech has always been the nature of a mantra. Then, of course, like whatever says is mantra. So principle is mind, not the body, and not the speech and the body. Principle is mind. So long as your mind is like realizes Buddha, visualize yourself is Buddha, recognize that, and then your body speech is naturally in there, Buddha. That is that. So where is it? That is that deity practice is about. I see. It is only a matter of trapping into this in and true. Oh, sorry, I skipped. Everything has always been pro-modally the nature of a mandala of awakening ones. So that is like bigger mandala, the reality mandala. It is only, so here it says everything has always been pro-modally the nature, means everything is actually emptiness. Nothing is exist. We talk about that in the intellectual part of the Vipassana teaching. Then you recognize that, then you visualize yourself as Buddha, and so visualize the whole, this environment is Buddha's pure lane. Your place is Buddha's, the house is a palace, retinues, or it's a Buddha's retinues. So that time is like, everyone is a mandala. Everything has always been pro-model in the nature of the mandala of waking ones. So Buddha Amitabha, like himself, whole his palace, his whole pure lane is called mandala. Because Buddha Amitabha, for himself, everything has always been pro-model in the nature of the mandala of waking ones. So that is a bigger one, bigger picture. It is only a matter of tapping into this innate truth and knowing it to be the case. It is not about trying to force something or imaging something to be the case, when in fact it is not. See, I already told that section. You know, if it's it is not about trying to forcing something or imaging. Some people think that, you know, we say we visualize the Yidam deity, practice with Yidam deity. We're forcing something ourselves. We're doing something is like in the no-exist things. We just something creating something. So we're doing something imagination, something. So that is not right. It is like wrong idea, wrong thinking. It is not about trying to force, you know, something, right? Not forcing something, not creating something. So we just realize our nature is using something different method or imaging something to be the case, when in fact it is not. So that is the important section. So now here, just what I share today, most important is the deity pride. So deity pride, long as you know this practice, then going into completion stage. It's kind of similar. The thing about, we visualize the Yadam deity and recognize that Yadam deity and our natural mind is inseparable, same nature, same essence. So you realize, then you start thinking, oh yeah, this Buddha and my mind is the same, my mind is the same. No think about that way, right? You don't have to think about, oh, his Buddha, my mind is the same, same. No think that. Then what do you have to do? And just realize that log to your mind, log into your mind. Yeah, so then you realize your nature is inseparable these other deities. So you're really into that, then your nature is inseparably all these Buddhas, 1,000 Buddhas, absolute true reality is the same nature, no difference. Only appearance is different, outer level, but inner level, absolute true nature essence the same. So you realize that into the nature and you meditate. Then that meditation is completion stage. Completion stage meditation, Mahamudra, is into the natural reality. See, this deity practice is another way to you realize your nature. And we use the Mayamika teaching, investigate, use logic, and recognize emptiness. Nothing is exist. Everything is emptiness. All is the same nature, same reality, same essence. So then everything is emptiness. So that is another way to go into the Mahamudra meditation. So here is visualize the Yadam deity. So especially you visualize, you see, Yadam deity and practicing often, and the Yadam deity practice outer level, and visualize clearly. And then you realize one day that Yadam deity in your mind is inseparable. So then you really into your natural state. All Buddha is the same, no difference that time. So that time we are Buddha. And going into the something different method to realize the Mahamudra state of nature. So this practice is actually more fast comparing to Mayamika. This practice is called more direct practice, directly practice. The why is called direct because you impure this, perceptions or impure this. What we talked here is mundane. This we have this. We were so mundane state of mind. So that is directly transformed to the pure, and become we are Buddha. So that's the reason it's different here. Do you understand what difference is? Okay, so that's great. Everyone give me good signal. So today I share is then no useless. You all understand. So I think I did a job. My job is great. Thank you, everyone. So we take the break here, morning session, and I'm going to do dedication. So before dedication, we have a couple of minutes. Anyone has a question, so like actually question and answer we can go do in the 7 o'clock.
Okay, so I had questions, so I'll wait till later.
Yes.
But you answered a lot of questions, so thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, it's the answer is coming there, some area. So anyway, yes.
So
The
In your description of deity, in this teaching of deity pride, the realization of deity pride, it seems like you described at the end, that, you know, it's in some ways it's already the dissolution stage. So in order to realize deity pride, it's kind of a non-dual realization in order to realize it. But then realizing deity pride or having deity pride also gets you to this non-dual place. So it kind of seems a little confusing if to try to explain to somebody, or even for ourselves experiencing it, like that you already sort of have to have the realization of non-duality, or of the nature of mind, in order to have the deity pride. But then then you see what I mean? It kind of like seems like you already have to have the realization, some realization of the nature of the mind in order to have deity pride. That's, I guess, what's confusing. But then it sort of looks like
it's
step by step.
Yes, so now we have followed the teaching. So actually I shared the already result, kind of what is the result. And practitioners like practicing, that's Yadam deities, the result is realizing the, you know, this no dualistic thoughts, no door, and the completion stage. So that is the result.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we of course, like first step beginners, always important is the front visualization is most important part, and visualize clearly because it's different levels. So no, actually, one thing is like think about our case. It's good thing is we know all this Mahamudra teachings. Even we don't have realized, but we have intellectually Mahamudra teachings. We have this shamatha, vipassana. So we have this stage of meditation teachings. You know, we intellectually we understanding so many different methods. It helps different ways, and get realized in the nature. So also we intellectually know understanding. That means not the really realize we have intellectually understand, but still right now we are in the just regular ordinary person. And so we already did a grocery, and so we bought so many food, but not yet cook and not yet eat. Okay, so now what we have to do, we first, of course, we like to buy so many things because we see everything is really nice, important. So if you're going to like 1 year not going to grocery, so think about go to grocery, what you wanted to buy, what you need, you know, and shops. So now we're shopping for Dharma shopping, buying, you know, and going into our home. So same like that, we understanding this Dharma teachings, and then we have to cook, we have to eat, so have to contemplate, we have to meditate, and then get result is like when you cook food and then eat, what helps? Then you no hunger, your body get strong and alive. So that is the result, right? Eat food. Same like that, you know, we right now we are shopping. And then shopping, that time say, oh, you have to go to, you know, like 1 year, you know, going to go to store. So then you think about, oh, I need this food, this needs this food. So next month you need this, next month this, you know, when you eat, then what is benefit, you know, comes. We talk everything, preparing, but action is not yet there.
Like Lam Rim, kind of,
Yes,
right?
yes, Lamrim, yeah.
Lam Rim is like a menu or so,
Yes.
or like a recipe.
This I create a menu for Lamrim.
Recipe. right?
Yeah, recipe for this. This is for the Western country people, especially because more. This is our focus 100% for lay people. And thing about it, like we share this teaching, is actually I didn't share all the details in this book. I talk about a lot for the usually shared in the monastics. So only like stuff, these are focused for like even shared for lay people, like what their understanding needed to understanding, me important in some part, but stirs too so much information here. And so when you're really going to practice, then this is the useful and very easy to practice and easy to understand. All its essence, main point is here. So that is a accurate menu, and for the here 21st century practitioner who wanted to become Buddha, not become philosopher. This also give you idea of the philosopher, of course, like give you the laws, understanding, teachings, but more focus for the enlightenment. Just you understand Dharma and you get use, practice, and realization. So easy to job done, you know. No hard work, job done. So that is this one. Okay, so thank you everyone. I think that's it, right? So we come back to 7 o'clock, and then we're going to meditate and also take the questions, answer. 7 o'clock, we come back. 7 o'clock, happy hour tonight, okay? So today, happy hour is 7 o'clock. When you come back, so you do the happy. Smiling, what is it, the happy hour? Mary, yesterday you described the happy hour. Give information for us what we needed to do happy hour, celebration happy hour.
Come back at 7 and be happy.
Okay. That's simple, yeah. Come back to 7 and happy together. Going to do dedication together. Emaho. In the center is the marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapane, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the bliss for purling of their watching. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may be born there without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of the blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may we attain the aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata Pinzandaya Avam Bodhanaya Soha Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who traverse on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As Manjushri, they will all realize the atomic state, and as did Samanthabhadra, I will follow in the path, and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teachings of the great Digompa Ranashiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, until end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank
Kempo.
you.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thanks,
Kempo.
everyone.
Bye,
See you.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. See
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
tonight.
See you at happy hour.
Yay!
See you all at happy hour.
Okay.
Yeah.